General question. If you had a message to share with Canadians during these challenging times, what would that message be?
We have so much in common. We share the same values, the same perspectives, the same belief in democratic values and tolerance and acceptance. But these are challenging times. And in these challenging times, each and every one of us has to see himself as a leader and has to see himself as playing a role and making a difference. I met neighbors that were witness to some incident, and when I spoke to them, they told me that their children had a lesson in democracy in a negative way, because it wasn't a very pleasant incident. And they said the way they conveyed it to me was, and it was related to Israel and so on, the way that they conveyed it to me, they thought that that was something in a negative way positive. They learned something of a new reality, of a new world. And when I mentioned earlier that Canada is a different world completely, it's a different part of Earth. We come from an environment which is very harsh and difficult, and Canada is different. And Canada tolerates so much, and there are Muslims and Sikhs and Chinese, and it's a beautiful society. But we also have to realize that there are threats everywhere, and those threats are becoming global. And so I mentioned earlier also this international, the spread of international actors who are trying to instigate that hate. And so we have to look out, and we have to understand what we are talking about when we're talking about the spread of hate, and that it is unfortunately also here in front of our doors. And when we see people walking in an intimidating way in front of other people's homes, so non-Jews in front of Jewish homes, just to let those Jews know we see you and be careful, that's somebody else should come and stand outside the Jewish home and say, go away. And sometimes it happens, and I see in some parts of Canada people are reclaiming public domain and do not allow this, and I think this is courageous. It's not typical, but I think that it is required. So this is what I would say. Act.